Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris with Digital REM. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start the process of learning Blender. We're just going to hop right into just learning the interface and pretty much getting familiar with the whole interface of Blender. When I went to school, I learned on Maya, start to learn a little bit 3ds Max and Cinema 4D, and Blender being open source was not always my first choice, but now it's come a long way. It seems to have a lot of new features, and I'm really liking where the direction is going in. So I just want to introduce you into a software package that I really think will be very competitive with other 3D packages that are out there. So we'll just go ahead and hop right into it. So the first thing we need to do is download Blender. Blender runs on Mac OS, Windows, PCs, pretty much any machine Linux. It's open source software, meaning it's free. Usually 3D packages run anywhere from $600 to $3,000 annual membership. But this being open source, it's supported by the Blender community. It's supported by developers like you and I, people who use it. We pretty much can just put into the forum what we would like to see, what updates like to be made, and they pretty much make these updates for us. And it's like a whole community that you can be a part of. Now the community has come so far. I started using Blender in 2008, stopped abruptly because it just wasn't my style. Again, I learned on Maya, so not being able to left click was different for me. But again, I'm really just getting into this to for one, be an introduction for anybody new who's trying to use Blender, but for two, people who are coming from other 3D packages and probably one time open Blender and never look back. And again, as an artist, you can get comfortable with the 3D package that you use as you learn it. So, but my opinion, Blender has come a long way, and I would give it another chance. But let's go ahead and just do the first step, hop right in. So the first thing you would need to do, Windows PC, Mac, Windows PC, Mac, or Linux, doesn't matter. And again, I'm not the nerdiest person, so I might not be saying Linux correctly. I know I've heard other people say it differently. I like to say Linux how I say it. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and go to blender.org. I have the URL up here, blender.org. Save it as a bookmark. Save blender.org as a bookmark, because not only is it very useful for downloading Blender for one, and getting the latest updates and everything else, but they have all kinds of resources here. You get to learn more about Blender. You can see what other people are doing in Blender. It's just a great resource. But the main resource is that you get your support, so you can put in requests to the Blender developers. You can learn more about certain tools, which is very important because Blender gets very deep in so many different menus and so many different options that you can pretty much it'll leave you with your head spinning. But if you don't know what a thing is, you're curious about what a button is, you can simply right click or come to blender.org and see what that button does. But we'll get into that later on in these lessons. But right now we're just going to go ahead and download Blender. Now I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again, but I definitely want to show you just where to download. So blender.org/download if you want to go directly to the URL, but blender.org, and we're currently at version 2.82. Ever since they dropped 2.8, it's game changer. This program, this program is the truth. So again, download the latest version, and you can see here it supports all of these different versions here. So download it, and run the application, upload the application, save it into your applications folder or wherever you're gonna save it. Excuse me. I don't think that I almost died. Woo! I don't think that if you're looking to be a 3D artist or a motion designer or anything, that I really have to tell you how to install an application on your machine. If you don't know how to do that, then we're gonna have to make different lessons for more a more simplified lesson to how to install applications. And that's that. So download the application, have fun with Blender. First get it installed, open it up for the first time, and just play around. Click on everything you can, see what you can do. We're gonna, in the next video, we're actually gonna go ahead and start to click on things, and I'll start to explain some of how the layout is and where things are at, and pretty much give you a good feeling of just the feng shui of Blender 2.8 version. So yeah, so I'll just see you in the next video. See you there.